I say check out the food forest. Well, welcome. Let's go check it out. How about checking out those rain barrels I had all set up? Ooh, and the beautiful roses just came in bloom. Nice. The whole food forest is looking nice. Not too many flowers or anything in bloom. Just lost most of the spring things, but check out this addition. I got a mosquito net for my umbrella, and the glass tabletop that broke on my table I replaced with a wooden tabletop that I designed and built, and it works perfect. So let's take a stroll. Here's a money plant I'm growing. If you've ever grown one of those that have those, all these circles will grow into like paper thin coins with their seeds inside. It's huge. Had it for a couple of years. Then this is my big hazelnut bush. Don't know if I'll get hazelnuts. I keep looking for signs. Is that a hazelnut? Ooh, is that a little bud? I've never gotten one. If they've been here probably 5 years. We shall see. So let's take a tour along the perimeter. First you'll see up on the top, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these panels that are all the same. And they have purple cabbage and Amish paste tomatoes and a green cabbage. Then Amish paste tomatoes and a purple and Amish paste and green and so on. And all across the front is a double row of garlic, purple garlic interspersed with an overseeded patch of calendula. So I'll be taking all the calendula at the bottom out and leaving a few across the top. Be gorgeous. Calendula is great, fights back all kinds of bugs that don't like the smell, but I don't have to do any work. And as you can see, they self-seed every year. Ooh, look, the wind's been brutal to some of my tomato plants. Stand that girl back up. And then I have a break right here where I planted some flowers. I don't know if you can see them very well, but I have in the back, I've planted Love Lies Bleeding. In the front is tickweed. And then I have 2 big sunflowers coming up, which is very cool. And that's the last cabbage. And now I have across the front of my food forest 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 panels, each planted the same, except in these there will be some gladiolas, and then there'll be my favorite tomatoes, which I can try to get 20 cans of Min Federale Roma tomato. And then in the middle there'll be either Brussels sprouts, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, or broccoli. And then there'll be another tomato plant, and then more glads. And then at each post there'll be another bunch of calendula. The ones around here though are supposed to be a different color, a pale color, more unique. I saved the seeds myself. Let's see. Maybe they all cross-pollinated and they'll be the same. But as you can see, panels are looking pretty good. Check this out. What do you want for dinner? Woo! First cauliflower. Loving it. It's right at sunset right now. This is when it looks the prettiest back here. Let's see. Ooh, there's another cauliflower. And wait a minute, didn't I just see something over here? Ooh, look, it's broccoli time. So that's pretty good. When you get down to this end, these are my heirloom tomatoes. I have 3 Moonglow and 3 Desiree, I believe, some crazy new red slicer. And along the front of them, I have some Scarlet Runner beans for some green beans. And as you can see, this variety of garlic is turning, so it's time to cut some garlic scapes. So these are regular garlic across here, and there's some mammoths across the front. So I have 3 varieties of garlic in all planted. I think 100 cloves. And here's another hazelnut bush that's never given me a hazelnut. But here's my ever-loving Honeycrisp apple tree, which didn't bloom much, so I'm not expecting too much. But around this edge, you'll see I plant some dill. It self-seeds a little, but not great. And this is bergamot with a big bush of purple flowers. And here's some garlic onion that they're wild onions. I don't have to plant or do anything to. And these are the walking onions where the tops get their own buds, get so heavy and they fall over and plant themselves. And so the only place I saw flowers on this apple tree was right here in the end. And oh yeah, look, I'll get a few. That's good. Last year I got none. Something weird happened in my garden and I had 0. This plant right here will be a orange butterfly bush. And over here I've planted 3 times some cilantro. And right across the fence too, there's a ton of irises my friend Camille gave me, and there's also planted in there a couple of sunflowers. I think there's one. There's one. I planted 3, but I only see 2 left. But here's what's coming quick. Ooh, raspberries. Looks like the whole patch is doing really good. So that's the perimeter. Let's take a look on the inside. Check out my herb garden. I have some echinacea up at the back, but it's mostly oregano, basil, parsley, chives, sage, little purple sage, thyme, and wait a minute, wait for it. Whoa! That's wild celery. It's called lavage. The seeds are great in pickles and stuff. And then here's the very center, my favorite apple tree, Cortland apples. And this one had a lot of blooms, and I'm super psyched because it also has a lot of apples. Apples, apples everywhere, apples. Happy, happy, happy. And this next bed over here, this trellis, which has had cherry tomatoes in it for years. This year I've planted beans across the bottom, and in the center I have 1, 2, 3 cantaloupe hills, and then I have 1, 2, 3 baby watermelon hills. And across the front I have some more beans. These are pony beans, which I like to dry and make baked beans out of. I also have some catnip gone wild and echinacea at that end. And at this end, I transplanted a new lupin because last year, for some reason, it died. It did not come back. So in my blueberry patch, I've got this monster rhubarb, and that's just been trimmed of 20 of its leaves. And some of the blueberry plants look good and some aren't looking so good. The daisies look like they're just getting ready to open up and put on a huge show. And I got some flowers from the bee guy. I believe they're called Cleome, that are get it big and healthy, and they should put on a pretty pink and purple show of those starburst flowers. But as you can see, lots of blueberries on this brush. None on that one. And a skimpy few on this one. And none on that one. Oh well, happy with whatever I get. More daisies getting ready for a show. Now on these south and west beds, which are both, this is purple asparagus and purple grapes, and that's green asparagus and green grapes. And of course asparagus is come and gone, and now I'm letting it go to these stalks for the fall. And for the first time I built a trellis for my grapes, and for the first time I actually see grapes. Now this is the Concord, which I'm growing for jellies and things. Yeah, and you can see a lot more of the grapes, but I'm just learning about how to train them, and I, built this trellis. I bought a solar filter for the pool, but to clear it up, but obviously not working. Here's just things that grew. So it looks like a couple of sunflowers and clematis from my front yard. So I'm just letting them go and see what happens. But on each side of this trellis in the center, I have planted some dahlias that a friend gave me and some of her gladiolas. And so I have no idea what color or size or anything they'll be. So that should be fun to see what comes up. And at the points, I planted some zinnias that I had. But here's the green grapes, and they're much leggier, a lot more branching, but no grapes. I mean, I shouldn't say none. There's some, but nothing compared to the Concord. But who knows, the way the things are, did I not water this one enough? Because this bed had the best asparagus. But you can see my little center table that I made and everything is surrounded by plants just waiting to burst into bloom. Here's one of the plants the bee guy gave me. It's flowering right now, and my prairie plant's getting ready to bloom. And the mignonette from the bee guy smells so luscious and is so pretty. Woo, where'd it go? And overall, I'm very happy. I've lost a lot of things this year, but I've been able to recover. I hope this inspires you to try to do this in your yard. Take the time to design it and think about it and ask people questions and contact the main extension, what do they call it? I call it the main co-op, but the main extension of a USM. And I think I feed myself 70% from my front yard, and not only that, if I do say so myself, it's just beautiful.